Good morning and good afternoon. Buenos días y buenas tardes a los estudiantes y familias de los sextos años de Primaria Itatí. Si bien estamos en época de cuarentena y teniendo las clases de manera virtual, todos sabemos que comenzamos las clases leyendo una fábula o un cuento, así que aquí les dejo Cinderella. A long time ago, a very rich man named Abelardo lived in a country which no longer exists today. His wife had died when their little daughter, Blanca, was still a baby. As time passed, Abelardo fell in love and married a beautiful woman who had two young daughters that were the same age as Blanca. Everybody thought the girls would become friends, but they didn't. The sisters were spoiled. They didn't share their things, mistreated Blanca, and made fun of her father. Unfortunately, their mother was no better, since she was jealous of Blanca because her daughters seemed like two silly witches next to her. She dressed Blanca with horrible clothes and all big shoes. She gave her the worst room and forced her to clean, wash, iron and cook, besides indulging her daughter's whims. Moreover, since Blanca cooked over a wood fire and got dirty with the ashes, the stepsisters called her Cinderella. One day, a letter arrived from the palace. The king's son was inviting the young girls to a party. "Oh no," said the stepmother, "Cinderella won't go. She has a lot to clean." And while she cleaned, the stepsisters tried on dresses, hairstyles, jewels, and perfumes. "Good," thought Cinderella. "At least they will leave me in peace." But when the night came and she was alone in the kitchen, she started to cry. For that reason, she didn't see the light that announced the arrival of her fairy godmother, but she did hear her question. "Are you so eager to go to that party, my dear?" "Yes, godmother, I am," Cinderella answered while she blew her nose. "Well, you will go, but you have to hurry. First, get a pumpkin. Then, look for the rat trap and bring the 6 rats that are there. Also bring the little mouse you hide under your bed, plus the lizards in the courtyard." When Cinderella gathered everything, the fairy drew in the air with her magic wand and whispered a spell. Immediately the pumpkin turned into a coach, the rats into horses that would pull it. The little mouse became a coachman with a big moustache, and the lizards turned into elegant footmen. "And now, look at yourself in the mirror," the fairy godmother told Cinderella, who was speechless. She looked like a princess with beautiful glass slippers. "Come back before midnight," the fairy warned her, "because if you don't, the spell will break and you will become Cinderella again." The magnificent coach, which took Cinderella to the palace, surprised the guards. Plus her beauty and charm won the prince's heart, who didn't leave her side for a second. Meanwhile, the stepsisters and other girls were green with envy, wondering who that silly princess could be. The party was marvelous, but Cinderella remembered her godmother, so shortly before 12 she left. The moment she stepped into her house, the spell ended and she returned to that way she was dressed before. The following day, she heard her stepsisters say that there would be a new ball in the palace that night. I'm going to, Cinderella thought, and my godmother will help me. And so she did. Once again, the fairy used her magic, and once again, her goddaughter danced with the prince, and she was so happy that the time passed very quickly until the clock chime warned her that midnight had arrived. Cinderella ran away. She was so scared that she tripped on the stairs and lost a slipper. The prince, who was following her, couldn't catch her, but he did find the glass slipper on the last step. It will help me find her, he thought. He called all the palace guards and gave them an order. They had to find the slipper's owner. The guards searched along the streets, in the parks, and in every house with the little slipper. Almost all the girls in the Shire tried it on, but it didn't fit any of them. In Cinderella's house, the stepsisters hurt their feet trying to put it on, but they also failed. The guards were leaving when a sweet voice asked, "Can I try it on?" It was Cinderella who, of course, the slipper fit perfectly. "Young lady," the chief of the guards said, "get in the coach. I've received orders to take you to the prince." So, with her ugly clothes on, she went to the palace. The prince recognized her immediately and with great emotion told her, "Not only does the slipper belong to you, but also my heart. Stay by my side, and if you love me, accept to be my wife." Cinderella accepted. Her fairy godmother gave her a wonderful dress for the wedding, which luckily did not disappear at midnight. Bueno, espero que les haya gustado. Nos encontraremos la próxima clase con otra historia o cuento. Los quiero y extraño mucho, Miss Cecilia.